Hello, my name is Gerard Seijts. I'm the Executive Director of the E&O Inotovich Institute for Leadership, and with us today is Scott Beattie. Welcome, Scott. Scott is the President, the CEO and Chairman of Elizabeth Arden. Scott, I have a few questions for you. A group of researchers from the Richard Ivey School of Business did a research report on leadership, and they concluded that with respect to leadership, competencies count, character matters, and commitment to the leadership role is critical to success. So I have two questions. First, does that resonate with you, the talking about competencies, character, and commitment? And if I were to be a leader at Elizabeth Arden, what would it take to succeed?
Well, in terms of just addressing competency and commitment, I think they go hand in hand. There has to be a commitment by an individual in a leadership position to build their competencies and continually reinvest in themselves to build those competencies. And in often cases, competencies are evolving so quickly now with technology and evolving business models that it requires throughout your entire career that commitment to continually learning, continually building those competencies. And I think in a lot of cases, competency in terms of a functional competency within an organization is beyond just one single competence, one single functional competency. It's more cross-functional competency. You have to be able to collaborate across an organization, because as I said today in my talk, more organizations are flat, more collaborative, more nimble, and as a result of that, there's much more cross-functional collaboration, which requires even that much higher level of competency.
What about the character piece?
The character piece is a given. I mean, I don't think anyone would ever argue that a leader needs to have character. Unfortunately, character's interpreted and judged and viewed in so many different ways. And again, I think I would focus on humility, lack of arrogance in leadership character, because particularly if you're in a role of leadership throughout your career, there will come points when things won't work, maybe no fault of your own, and it's external circumstances where you'll need the support of the organization and support of external bodies like a board of directors, like your bankers, like your accountants, and so on, and they need to know that that person has built a bank of character for a long period of time, and when something happens that you need to draw down on that bank, you have that constituency of people that are there to support you.
Yeah, great, thank you. You have an HBA and an MBA from the Richard Ivey School of Business. Scott, what is maybe one lesson, one leadership lesson, or what insight that your professors at that time did not share with you, but you wish they had?
I would say the importance of sales. I think in a business school environment, the science and the analytics and the competency of commercial account management, or what we simplistically call sales, it's much more than that. I think it's underdeveloped and undertaught in a business environment. It's the lifeblood of any company. Oftentimes the leadership track for people in an organization is not through finance or not through supply chain or through IT, it's through sales, because of the fact that it's the lifeblood of an organization. And to be a strong account management person in this day and age, at least in the personal care industry like mine, requires tremendous competency and capability. And our best salesmen are engineers, are lawyers, are people that have very bright analytical minds and can build competencies across the whole scope of skills that are required to be a good leader in a sales function.
Yeah, thank you. Scott, next question. You're leading an international business. You're very successful at doing so. In your presentation, you talked about all kind of the pop stars and the movie stars that are working for your company. You and your organization are featured in Business Magazine, and quite frankly, I think you operate and work in an environment where there's lots of glitz and glamour. How do you stay grounded as a leader in an environment like that?
Well, one of the things I often tell our organization, I've been the CEO of this company now for 18 years. I'm the largest shareholder of the company. I hope to stay and lead this company for another 18 years. And so it brings a different perspective to the job than maybe a leader that is kind of worked their way up through an organization and finally hits the pinnacle of the CEO near the end of his career. I started that kind of a role at 37, and I think I had more trouble staying grounded and staying balanced in my early years. As time has gone on and I've gone through a number of cycles in the industry, economic cycles, development cycles in the company as we've acquired and grown, I think I've probably become more grounded. Part of that's with age, obviously. But it also, I don't have the ambition to manage and control a wide swath of responsibility. My role now is to delegate more and more of my responsibility down into the organization. And that's a different mindset often than someone that near the end of their career finally becomes CEO. It creates a different dynamic and a different mentality about the business. In terms of the celebrity content in the beauty industry, I love the beauty industry for that. Not so much the celebrity component, but the excitement, the innovation, the products. The people that work in our industry, and particularly in our company, are passionate about it. They love it. It's like a guy working for the New York Yankees or the New England Patriots. It's women that come and work in our company love the products, and they don't even see it as work. So the excitement that comes from that, and the fact that so much of our sales each year come from new products and new innovation, creates a really fun, exciting atmosphere to be in. And I think that's what motivates and excites me about it.
Yeah, okay. Anything in terms of how you communicate or how you interact with the employees, that work or contribute to your organization? Because in many ways, you may have to talk about lowering expectations. I think that requires kind of quite a bit of communication. So, what would you do to motivate or stay in really close contact with the people that work for with Arden?
You know what I found from a leadership point of view that works the best is that my role when things are going really well is to be the one that's paranoid and finding all the areas that aren't working, to bring the expectations and the arrogance of the organization down. And when things aren't going well, and that when everything around us is burning, like it was in the fall of 08 and into 09, my job then is to be the cheerleader and to give confidence to the organization that we have a clear plan and we know how to execute. And then it's just a matter of communicating continually, both formally and informally. One advantage of having a long tenure in the leadership of a company is that as you've gone through, I went through the recessions in the mid-90s, I went through the technology bubble in 2000, I went through 9/11. That was very disruptive to the business, and then obviously the latest financial crisis. And as you get more and more experience of living through these, you develop more and more tools in order to deal with not only the decision making that you have to activate, but also the communication and the tone of the organization and where you want to take it. And I think, frankly, for most companies that are well capitalized and are global right now, the opportunities are fantastic, because when a lot of people are paralyzed by fear, as Warren Buffett says, embrace it, invest, and that's the opportunity to grow. And that's what we're doing now. We're more aggressive than ever in terms of made 2 acquisitions this year. We've got a couple more that we're looking at. We've expanded our Eastern European operations. We're just now starting to expand our business into Brazil, so we're more aggressive than ever in an environment where capital costs us 2 or 3%. Yeah. So the opportunities are fantastic right now.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Scott, for this short interview, and thank you for visiting the Richard Ivey School of Business today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
All right.